So when you say fighting spirit, you know, fighting is getting into a confrontation, right, with an opposing force, whether it's a foreign nation that's attacking us or whether it's a guy standing across the cage. It has to be part of who I am. That's that spirit that they're talking about. The great thing about the military and the fighting spirit of the Navy, if you will, is that like we are fighting for something greater. That's to me what like being a fighter is, being able to really dig deep and persevere in the face of any obstacle, whether it's something as tangible and as, you know, in your face as a guy standing across the cage from you, or whether it's something as serious and as important as what we do in the Navy. I like the martial arts. I love specifically jiu-jitsu. It's just because you need to be in shape, right? We know that's physical mission of the Navy. Like, you have to stay in physical shape. And so there's lots of ways to do that, right? You can run marathons, you can do the standard Navy PT stuff, you can go to the gym, you can lift weights. But the one thing that's nice about martial arts is you're staying in shape and you're learning a skill set that could potentially save your life one day. So it's like you know, there's a lot of other things too, but that's just like a way that you're really killing multiple birds with one stone. So it seems like a no-brainer to me. Like, why not? Like, if you're gonna need to stay in shape anyway, let's do it in a way that you're learning something that's super, super helpful to you in your everyday life. You know, for me, it's just a test of skill and kind of will at the same time. So it's exciting, it's fun. You know, it's definitely not for everybody, but I think it's pretty neat. Well, I mean, I got involved in martial arts when I was a kid. I started, you know, watching Jean-Claude Van Damme movies when I was, you know, 6 years old. And my father and I started in Tang Soo Do when I was, I'd say 9, 10 maybe, something like that. And then I did that all the way up through high school, competed a lot. Went to college, I went to the U.S. Naval Academy and was on their karate team there. While I was on their karate team, I also, through an extracurricular activity, learned about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and quickly realized that was kind of missing in my overall martial arts game. I needed to learn how to fight on the ground, so got into jiu-jitsu and kind of fell in love with that. Been training that ever since. And then, you know, after years of doing both, I kind of decided that it was time to really test my skills, put it all together, and start doing a few amateur MMA fights and kind of progress from there.
John, take us into our first fight with Nate Grebb.
Yeah, Nate Grebb out of Conquest BJJ.
Nate's got it.
Nate's got it.
There you go.
Got the finish. Great performance by Nate Grebb, and I'll be honest.
Your winner by way of submission due to a triangle choke, Nate Grebb!
I was looking for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school to start training in. During that time, you know, I met who are now my business partners, Lance and Kai. Lance, my one business partner, he's very entrepreneurial minded and kind of had the idea of, look, there's not a lot around here, why don't we try to kind of start our own thing? And so I agreed, and you know, we got a space in down the road here in Crofton, it's probably 1,200 square foot place in a shopping center kind of office area, and we grew that to about 100 students. And then we're able to afford a larger spot, which is where we are now. We've since expanded within this building as well, and you know, kind of blew up from there. Hey Charles, what's going on? This is Nate with Conquest. How you doing today? Awesome. Thanks for your interest in our after-school kids program. When you have partnerships, everybody brings something different to the table, right? I mean, you know, I bring a very operational mindset to it, like attention to detail. Some of the things that we learn more in the military, attention to detail, things like that have been really what I feel like I brought to the table as far as being able to present a good service to our clients.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's go, let's go!
And then just being able to run not just a class, but a program in general. Like, okay, what is the structure of this jiu-jitsu program going to be, or this fitness program going to be? How do we organize this in a way that's going to get people results and also keep them coming back and making sure that they're having fun? And all of that requires an organizational set and a leadership set that's going to, you know, really lead to success. And so being able to lead our team of staff members, you know, within the gym to provide a great service to our clients. I mean, that certainly goes hand in hand with a lot of the leadership experiences I've had while in the military. You know, in the military, we rely on our team. We rely on our sailors, our Marines, our soldiers to help us in these situations, right? And they rely on us. It's your training partners in the gym, right? It's your coaching staff in the gym that gets you prepared. So it's still that teamwork mentality. And so I think there's a good relationship there because of the stress levels. You know, I mean, it's gonna put you in a difficult situation, an adverse situation, and it's fight or flight. You know, so that there's, at least in some facets of the military, there's plenty of that. You know, the men and women of our armed services who are out there on the tip of the spear defending the freedoms that we take for granted every single day. I like to think that I contributed to that effort a little bit in my career, but there's people out there now and that have done more than I'll ever even dream of. And I think that, you know, taking that message forward and trying to remember that when I find myself in my civilian life now, like I'm a business owner and I'm not doing that anymore, but like I always want to remember that, because without that, none of this exists. That's a very important thing for people to remember. And if I can instill that in my kids, and in any way that it's appropriate, instill that in the students that I train here, you know, that, hey, look, you know, we play fight in here, right? There's guys out there, you know, on the wall that are doing it for real, and we don't get to do this if they don't do that. And so always remember that. And if I can carry that message forward, I'll consider, you know, that transition a success.